Hey Marvel fans, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Name, and this is The Nerdy Lair. And today we have some very special reports coming in about the Fantastic Four cast, including Adam Driver potentially as Reed Richards, the potential of Sue Storm's casting in the MCU, the unfortunate news about the Thing casting that I will get into, and just maybe the big bad himself, Galactus, all in one video. So in this video, I want to go over and break down all of these different casting options and possibilities and what I think about them, but also what I think the movie will look like and why I think this movie is not only the most important movie outside of Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars for the MCU, but also why I think Marvel is going to nail it and give us the Fantastic Four movie we truly deserve. So starting off, we recently got reports that Adam Driver has been at least offered the contract to be Reed Richards, and it's really up to him at this point. But we also have more recent rumors via My Time to Shine Hello that he is our Reed Richards, basically, like he accepted the role, and that it just isn't officially announced yet. And to me, I kind of like it a lot more than I thought I would. Like when I saw that he was basically confirmed to be Reed Richards and everybody was reporting it, I kind of got a little happy. Like first we got our Reed Richards, like we got our guy who's going to be Reed Richards for the next decade plus. And secondly, we got like one of the best actors of this time who also's done other big franchises and has that cachet and fan base that you would want for something like Fantastic Four movie. Now, a lot of people say they don't love it and like he would be a better Doctor Doom. And like I can't disagree with that. I think he would be a phenomenal Doctor Doom. And I think he would kill a bunch of other roles in the MCU, but I think he's such a high level actor that he could also give a phenomenal Reed Richards. And the more I think about him as Reed Richards, the more excited I get. And I can also see him not wanting to do Doctor Doom with him already being Kylo Ren and the potential of Kylo Ren coming back later down the line for Star Wars. You wouldn't want to be both characters at the same time. You don't want to be typecast as a masked villain if you're an actor, to be honest. But all that aside, I think having your Reed makes every other casting so much easier, and you can go and get a really good feel for what you want based on who you think would work best with this actor. And I'm actually very happy that we have our Reed essentially, and I'm actually pretty happy with the caliber of actor we got for Reed. It reminds me of like a RDJ or even a Chris Evans. But also speaking of casting getting easier after getting your Reed Richards, we have a report that Galactus has been casted or really close. And he is none other than the GOAT, Antonio Banderas, which to me is pretty wild of a casting. But when you actually sit down and think about it, it might be the most perfect casting Marvel's ever had. Like I think it could be really special. And when you think about Antonio's acting ability, but also the fact that he has a great face for Galactus, it could be really something special. But like the only thing that would worry me is that Galactus isn't a heavy talker, but when he does speak, in my head, I imagine it having a lot of gravitas and bass in his voice. And I don't know if I've ever seen Antonio ever do anything like that. But I am super excited, and I think he could kill the role. And I really just want Galactus in a bad way in the MCU. And this is a huge step closer to that dream, so I'm down no matter what. And all of that is great and exciting, but right before I was done writing this video, there was an insane rumor that Marvel is going to be looking for a Jewish character for the Thing, which isn't that crazy by itself, but they're also looking at a female and male actors, both, for the Thing, and one of the names is Mila Kunis, and she is potentially in talks to be the Thing. So there's two things, pun intended. One, they're trying to get a Jewish actor, then she's not going to be Sharon Ventura. She's not going to be She-Thing. She's going to be Ben Grimm, just a female version, because Sharon Ventura is not Jewish. Now, if they are going to do Sharon Ventura, then I think there was maybe some confusion from where My Time to Shine was getting her sources. Now that that's out the way, I think this would be the dumbest decision Marvel's ever done. And it's not because of the gender bending by itself of the character, even though I don't like that. I wouldn't hate it just because of that. I think that it would be stupid for the Thing specifically. Like, it would mess up the whole dynamic of the team. For instance, you have a brother-sister relationship with Johnny and Sue. That is a fact. And then you have a brotherly relationship between Johnny and Ben Grimm. Now, if you make Ben Grimm specifically a female, now what is she going to have, a sister relationship with Johnny and Sue? And they're just going to be like girl power all the way? Like, I don't understand how that dynamic's now going to work. And it's not really going to feel like the Fantastic Four. And like I said, casting for Jewishness, that is not Sharon Ventura. That is not what's happening. It will be B'nai Grimm. That's what they're trying to do if they get Mila Kunis. And now I don't think Mila Kunis, whoever gets casted, should get heat for it. But Marvel is not setting them up for a good time. And to me, it just wouldn't make much sense for the Fantastic Four. Like, we've been hearing Kevin Feige and Marvel are treating this movie with such high importance. And it's so special to Kevin Feige specifically. And he really wants to get the first family of Marvel correct. And I think that's the correct way to look at it. But this decision would just fly in the face of that. He's trying to subvert everything the Fantastic Four is. You know what I'm saying? And like, we've never had a great Fantastic Four movie. I love the late 2000s Fantastic Four movies, but they're not great Fantastic Four movies. They don't embody everything the Fantastic Four is. And if they do this, even if they get a great actress like Mila Kunis, it will automatically take them lower than the Chris Evans and Ian Griffith and Jessica Alba Fantastic Four movies. Because the one thing those movies got right is the relationships between the characters. That was the one thing they got perfect. And it's the most important thing for those stories. And honestly, I don't know what I would do if they announced Mila Kunis as a thing. Like, I would just be utterly shocked because it just wouldn't set this movie up to have a good time. Like, all the hype for this movie would be dead, in my opinion. Now, for a little light at the end of the tunnel, it's not like she was confirmed, right? It's like, it's not like they're definitely doing a gender swap. Like, the thing could still be like my pick, Daveed Diggs, who I would love, or it could be really anybody at this point. Like, they are just looking at all walks of life, it seems. And I still think the movie could actually be really amazing. Like, having Galactus be the villain of the movie now, that sounds amazing. Like, that's a new report, and it sounds perfect. But also, there are rumors of multiple heralds of Galactus, like Terrax the Tamer. Like, come on, sign me up for that. That sounds amazing. There may be even a cameo of Dr. Doom, and like, that fact alone is just amazing. Like, the fact that it's not going to be an origin story, that's going to be amazing. They're going to be probably exploring the cosmos and the galaxy and really doing science fiction-y Fantastic Four stuff. And I think this decision would just be really weird, and it kind of ruins what you have going for it, like I said before. And I do think those relationships are what make the Fantastic Four, and changing them / circumventing them would just not sit well with your average Marvel fan. And why would you even have Sharon Ventura anyways if that's the way they're going? Like, that's not what the report is, but why would you do She-Thing in general? Like, why would, in your first movie, would you do She-Thing? Sharon Ventura wasn't even introduced until after the original Secret Wars, and it was at a time when Ben Grimm was off the team. Like, that's stuff you have to set up and build to. And like, I was very, very excited for this movie, but until we have the Thing casting, until I know who the Thing is, I have to give it extreme pause now. And I thought the Thing was going to be the safest casting out of all of them. I was more concerned with like somebody like Sue because we're getting so many options. And now recently it seems like it's going to be Margot Robbie. But that's also not set in stone. But I mean, apparently they're going to at least give us a Sue that resembles Sue from the comics. And then you had Johnny, who I thought was also very important, and he's kind of one of the cores of the group. But it seems like they have their list, and it seems like they're going to give us somebody who resembles Johnny from the comics some. But it seems like with the Thing, they could do anything. They could go any direction, and that's what scares me. But for now, I think with all of these casting and roles, I think it's really a wait-and-see type game. And I am very excited for the Fantastic Four in the MCU no matter what. But when Marvel's on such shaky ground, like it is right now, I don't think Mila Kunis as a Thing is what people want. And I just don't really see any good parts about it. Like, I don't see what would be the benefit of making Mila Kunis the Thing. And I just don't think it's a good look for Marvel. It is just not fun to have to report on. But it is what's happening, potentially. Like, it's one of the options. It's not the definitive answer just yet. And like I said, I still am excited for the movie and what the movie could do. But like I said earlier, with Galactus and cosmic traveling and really cool sci-fi stuff, I think this movie could be like a really good movie, but possibly with the worst casting decision ever made. But with all that said, if you agree or disagree, leave opinions down below. If you like this video, leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Peace out.